this morning seeing some explosive revelations there. The head of the State Information Technology Agency admitting a former employee was financially supporting jailed Boeremag leader Andre du Toit. And MPs are obviously concerned about what this means for national security. Lester Kiewit joins us now from Parliament. And this is all about a person, Lester, called Rachel Venter, who is employed by CETA, the State Information Technology Agency, and links then with Andre du Toit. How did this play out?
That's right, Jeremy. Bombshell revelations coming via questions from the DA's Tim Brouterseth in the Scopa meeting today in Parliament. The head of CETA, the State Information Technology Agency, confirming that it has suspended an employee who had communications with the jailed Boeremag leader Andre du Toit while she was still in the employ of CETA. Now, this CETA says that it has suspended this employee because she was communicating with Andre du Toit via email using CETA systems and CETA equipment, and this has obviously raised concerns regarding any infiltration of the Boeremag into any state institution or state agency. Now, this comes as Scopa was investigating that FDA contract between SAPS and CETA, and there have been wide-ranging questions now after this revelation whether any other part of the state has been infiltrated by any other subversive group. The SAPS management says that it is aware of the situation. They are conducting their own investigation, but this has obviously left MPs with more questions. And how else or wherever is there more infiltration of the state or SAPS in terms of any other subversive groups?
What exactly do we know, if anything at all, about this Rachel Venter?
Well, we do know that she was an administrator of the State Information Technology Agency, and that she had been communicating with Andre du Toit while he is still in prison. CETA says that she is currently under suspension and that there's currently ongoing lifestyle audits and investigations of all the employees at the moment. But this has led to the broader question raised by the IPID's Robert McBride about how far does this rot then go. On previous occasions, Robert McBride has told Parliament that the number one, in terms of his mind, the number one state security concern is corruption at the South African Police Service. Robert McBride saying that there are many times that they are currently investigating where some groups or corrupt persons have managed to infiltrate the South African Police Service, not because of any ideological similarity between the briber and the bribee, but because of a financial gain and greed. And this is what Robert McBride says is a growing concern, corruption at the South African Police Service. He says that he's on many times asked for cooperation from SAPS management, but he says he's always been experiencing a closed door when coming to investigations of those sorts. But the Standing Committee on Public Accounts said that this is an issue for the security cluster to investigate, particularly this angle of an apparent Boeremag infiltration of the South African Information Technology Agency, wanting to know just how deep does this infiltration go.
Just finally, Lester, back to the issue of the IT itself. You were also reporting earlier that the CETA chief executive saying that the organization might have paid for updates to information technology, but wasted millions of rand because it was simply old technology that was, put in boxes, new boxes.
That's right. There was a claim put forward again by the DA's Tim Brouterseth that every now and then there'll be an upgrade, a so-called upgrade to an IT package, and it would just be labeled version 1.1 or version 1.1X, and it would follow in that manner. And he asked the CETA's chief executive, Situmo Mohapo, whether this could be the case, where CETA could have been paying for old technology, but merely footing the bill, and Situmo Mohapo admitting that this could have very well been the case, that millions of rands of taxpayers' money could have been wasted with old technology being repackaged or old updates being repackaged as new, and this obviously led to millions of rands in expenditure wastage. So if you think of CETA, it is basically government's IT department. If a specific governmental department needs to run a particular online program or using information technology, they go to CETA, who then procures their program for them. So it is highly problematic that this agency could then lead to such wasteful expenditure, and also with these revelations of apparent infiltration by the Boeremag, whether any other subversive groups could somehow infiltrate the state through CETA and have some sort of a cyber attack on the running of the state and its agencies.